Hi there. Imagine this, you are working in an organization and everybody's talking about Medallion architecture. You are a part of a data engineering team and you don't know what is it. Maybe you can be a data analyst, BI engineer, or maybe a data engineer itself. So guys, in this video, I'm going to help you to understand what is a Medallion architecture and how you can use it and all the different questions regarding that. If you would like to know more, stay tuned with me till the end of this video and you will get to know everything about it. Well, whether you are preparing for Fabric Data Engineering exam, Azure Data Engineering exam, Databricks, or any other data engineering certification exam, this video is going to be very important for you. Consider this. Medallion architecture is a way of organizing your data, how you are going to process your data through different layers and how you are going to organize it. We all know that if we are not going to organize our data, we are not going to clean it up, then it would be really difficult to get insights out of data. There, Medallion architecture comes into place, and it is specifically related to the data lakehouse. If you don't know what is a data lakehouse, then you can comment in the comment section and also subscribe it for further videos. Let's jump into Medallion architecture. Ideally, Medallion architecture has only 3 layers, as you can now see on your screen. There will be bronze layer, silver layer, and gold layer. Now, how you are going to define these different layers, and can this Medallion architecture be further customized? The answer is yes. You can have more than 3 layers. It doesn't necessarily you have to have the 3 layers, but that also depends on how your organization is going to process the data. For example, you have certain data sources that can be your real-time data, near real-time data, or they are providing actually the batch data. Once you bring those data sources on your data platform, you can call it maybe a global data platform, unified data platform, or whatsoever terms your organization is using it. So in order to bring the data, you have to bring this data using certain tools. In engineering, we call a ETL or ELT process. I have already created a couple of videos on that on Microsoft Fabric or Power BI or even Databricks. So please do watch those videos. One more thing, guys. For this particular tutorial that I'm building, it's mainly targeted to Microsoft Fabric, but it's applicable everywhere about Medallion architecture. If you would like to know more regarding Fabric only, I'm going to provide a link in the description section for Microsoft official document. Let's get back over there. The very first layer is a bronze layer. Bronze layer purpose is mainly just to bring the data inside your platform or into your platform. This data would be the raw data. You are not going to modify this data, and this data can be used for audit and other purposes. Only few limited people should have access to this data. Not everyone can access this data from here. This is really, really important. So if somebody is asking in your organization that they would like to get access to your bronze layer, say no, unless that's a part of your data engineering team and they need to get this data to further process it. Now, coming to the part of ELT versus ETL, in our previous or legacy systems where we used to work with the data warehouses, we used to extract, then we have to do the transformation on the way and then load the data. However, since the cloud systems came into the place or cloud technology, then we first extract the data, then we are going to load this data, and then we transform this data. That's where the bronze layer is coming into the picture. Did you understand that? If you're going to look closely over the image on your screen, you would find it out that bronze layer is the raw, but silver is a validated layer. That means you're going to further load the data from raw to the validated layer. That means over here, you are going to arrange the data into different tabular formats. You may need to clean the data, you may need to apply certain data quality checks, etc. And then finally, you are going to load the data into your gold layer, which is your enriched layer, and also we call it a presentation layer. Now, the main point over here is that why the different layers? Why can't we directly do the data into the enriched or the gold layer? Well, you cannot do it. The reason is very simple. Every process has certain steps that you need to follow. If you are going to just jump one step, then you may complicate the process and it's not going to work. Now let's focus on the silver layer. In some organizations, the validated layer or the silver layer is directly used for data science, AI, ML use cases. However, most of the organization just use it. It's more like a data warehouse where all the different kinds of data that you can collect, but It is properly structured into the table formats. And also, this is known as curated layer, where you just massage the data a little bit, not completely normalized. Now, when you have to serve the data for different departments, sales, marketing, HR, etc., in those cases, you are going to need this data to further model it. That means you're going to create the gold layer for each of the domain. And that is also known as analytical data layer. This is very important, guys. Please do understand. In the analytical data layer, you are going to model the data in a format that is most compatible to your system, which is going to be your front end. For example, Microsoft Power BI. In Power BI, you always do the data modeling in star schema. And why so? Because this is the most compatible format with Microsoft Vertipack engine or Power BI engine, which is going to help it to process the data faster. It has to be always star schema. That may be Snowflake, but ideally you are basically creating data marts over there, and that is your gold layer or presentation layer or analytical data layer, and that can be modified further as per the need of different domains. In short, Medallion architecture is a way how you organize the data on your data platform. This is a complement to your existing data structure over there. It's not going to change anything. It's going to further provide you an efficient way to manage your data, to serve your data, and how you can categorize the data. Now, I hope you have quite a good understanding about the Medallion architecture, how we are going to use it, why we are going to use it. Let me show you two more diagrams before we end this video. Now you know clearly that you have your data sources, then you process the data or you do the data quality check throughout bronze, silver, and gold, and then you serve the data using any of the front-end tool. That can be your machine learning, data science use cases, or that can be Power BI, Tableau, or any other data sources. Now look at this picture over here. Over here, you would find that I have clearly defined that how we are going to use it. And this is based on SQL Server or Snips if you are going to use it. It's not based on Databricks or something. So you have different kinds of data sources, batch, near real-time, and real-time. Then you have your data lake that is hosted on Microsoft Azure, where you are going to create your bronze layer. Then further, you are going to validate this data, and you're going to create a validated layer, which is going to be your silver layer, which is hosted on Azure SQL Server, and also the gold layer over there. Finally, you have your Power BI or apps that are going to consume the data from this layer, and that's going to be used for your reporting analytics, application integration, and furthermore. I have also another diagram designed for you where I'm going to explain you that how you can use it in Databricks. For example, you are creating your Lakehouse using Databricks, then what is the best way to do it? And it is as per the industry best practices. Over here, what we are going to do in Databricks, we create the different workspaces. And I strongly recommend that we should go with the one workspace for each environment, that is dev, UAT or testing environment, and production. If you are working in the data and analytics team, then I really don't think so you should create 4 different environments or 5. We should always think about the optimizing the cost over there. That's why 3 environments are more than enough. In these environments, you are going to create bronze, silver, and gold. That's how you can isolate each of the environment. There won't be any impact in terms of security or in terms of data breach, etc., or data leakage. And also you are maintaining these environments separately. Dev is for your developers. UAT is for your end users or business users when they're going to perform user acceptance testing. And finally, you have your production environment. That's how it can be done. So guys, what do you think about it? Please do let me know your comment in the comment section and stay tuned for more videos.